right, we're coming up on the 4 o'clock hour, and how about the Fightin' Phils with another sweep of the San Diego Padres? Man, back-to-back sweeps, but the Dodgers get mixed into the middle. But back-to-back sweeps against the Padres. 3 games in San Diego they took, and now 3 games at Citizens Bank Park, and here they are, 33-29. Happy to see the offense get going a little bit today. Put up 6 runs, 3 in the 7th.
You were a day off of Adolis.
I know. I predicted Adolis the Swollest one last night. See, we can call him Adolis the Swollest when he gets a home run.
Yeah.
He hasn't earned that nickname at all this year, but he hits the home run today. But who else had RBIs today? Turner had one, Marsh had one, Bohm had one, Stott had one, and then Garcia with the solo shot. We'll take it. And I heard you on the update, Harper and Crawford both 2 runs scored, so we'll take that as well. I mean, it's just what Zach Wheeler is doing. I know we were so focused on Christopher Sanchez, and we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. His scoreless inning streak ends last night, but it was tremendous. We were so focused on him. What Zach Wheeler is doing is unbelievable. I mean, like, even in our biggest hopes, like my biggest hope for what Zach Wheeler could be this year, I didn't think he could be this good. Coming off of the surgery and getting a rib removed, I didn't think, we didn't know when he was going to come back, let alone how effective he was going to be. He's unbelievable. He's just as good as he was.
He is. It's insane.
I think he hit 98 at a certain point today. He's a stud. Ricky Bowe will be joining us probably as we get closer to the 5 o'clock hour. We'll have him break down everything that he saw from Zach Wheeler. But every day at 4 o'clock, we have a little fun. Silvana, give me more. Hit it, Sil.
Now give me more at 4 with Silvana.
Because you can never get enough.
Very Philly-centric today. We have quite a few stories coming out about our Philly sports teams. This first story, though, goes hand in hand with what we've been talking about all day so far, the Philadelphia Eagles. And boy, just when people thought that they were getting away from the tush push. The tush push last year, not nearly as successful. They tried to ban it. It didn't happen. They didn't even try this year because of the fact that it wasn't as successful. Well, if you like playing Madden and you tend to rage quit, prepare yourself because you might actually rage quit a little bit more. Brendan Gunn joining the program, and I'm glad that he is joining so that he can react to this first story. Brendan, did you know that the tush push is being added to Madden in 2027?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
How are they going to do that?
I don't know. They're adding the tush push.
I wonder if every team will be able to run. Like, you shouldn't be able to run the tush push.
It should be like the Eagles playbook, and only you can run it. Like, you can't have the Cowboys running the tush push.
Now, hold on. Let's digress for a second.
People are going to rage quit.
Gunner is so out of breath right now.
I know.
So he was supposed to be here for 4 o'clock, and he left really early to make sure he'd get here on time. He was going to probably get here, relax a little before coming in studio. How long did it take you to get here?
It just took me an hour and 10 minutes
from
the airport.
What?
Like,
you look flustered. You're all right. You're all right.
I'm PO'd.
You're okay?
What's going on around here? Oversized vehicles stopped on the bridge? People leaving the Phillies game early? If you buy a ticket, stay in the game.
And they should have stayed because it got a little hairy at the end.
It did.
But they win 6-4. But you got here right in time for Gimme More, and now you know the tush push in Madden.
Yeah,
incredible.
Are you going to indulge? Do you play Madden?
I buy Madden every year. My fiance gets mad, though, because I quit. I get behind in the games, and then if I lose a game the Eagles won in real life, I quit and restart it, and I never finish a season.
Oh, my God.
It's going on like 10 years.
You sound just like my little brother. I'd be playing Madden with my little brother, by the way. I'm 5 years older than him. He would be beating me when we were young, like 70, and I would score a touchdown, and he would turn off the TV. He'd be beating me by like 70 points, and I'd score one touchdown. He would turn off the TV.
It's a waste of money at this point.
Now, do you believe in the Madden curse?
Somewhat. I don't believe it did anything to Saquon. The offensive line wasn't healthy.
I agree.
It wasn't that. Mahomes won a Super Bowl when he was on the cover.
Yeah. So this year,
they're not
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hopefully it's a curse then.
Yeah. Caleb Williams on it.
One would hope.
All right, what else you got for us?
All right, moving on, we are also going to be talking about the NBA Finals because last night, this always puzzles me when this happens, but this happened last night in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
A fan just ran on the floor, wants to take a selfie. Security quickly takes him away. Crowd gives him the appropriate move. Fortunately, nobody hurt.
Man, this is too good for that to happen.
You saw the security guard in pursuit. Mitchell Robinson, like, what's this dude doing?
Why do people still do this? Also, by the way, this was a young kid. Like, he was probably in his teens, maybe early 20s, and he was trying to get a selfie with Victor Wembanyama. He did, by the way, but it's his face and, like, the middle of Wemby's jersey because he's obviously so tall. So he, when on the court, is probably never going to be allowed to go to any NBA game. Maybe it'll extend to other stadiums to not only get a half-body photo of just Wemby, and he's also, like, extremely young. Like, he just ruined his sports viewing career.
Yeah, NBA came out, said he will be banned from any NBA arena.
For life?
For life.
Oh, man.
That's what they should do.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you usually see it at a football game, a baseball game. We remember the taser at Citizens Bank Park 15 years ago. Classic picture.
That kid.
Classic picture. But I've never seen it at an NBA game.
I haven't either. And he's wearing, like, hot pink shoes as well, running onto the court. Like, they were rather... I don't know. They took a while to get to them, I will say that.
Here's the NBA statement on it. The individual who entered the court area during Game 1 of the finals was arrested and will be banned for life from all NBA arenas. A second individual will also receive a lifetime ban for his role in the incident. So I guess the person he was with is also getting banned. Maybe he ran like a distraction for him to run on.
So all I have to do to stop the Sixers' heartbreak is just run on the court, and I can never go to
that's
a
it.
game.
Yeah, there you go.
That's absolutely it.
But really, people got to stop doing it. Because
it's idiotic.
The problem is you don't know what someone's intentions are either.
No, if I'm a player, I'm scared.
Yeah, you don't know what they have, what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Like, all right, he's running out to get a selfie with Wembanyama.
But he's something in his hand. You don't know what's in his hand.
So stop doing it. It's stupid. You know what else, though?
You're not stupid.
It was stupid. Yeah, you're not stupid.
You're not stupid.
It was stupid watching the Knicks win last night.
I don't know. I'm rooting for the players.
Oh,
come on.
I forgot.
He's a fan.
Who went to Temple? I forgot. Oh, you know what?
Listen,
we'll have this conversation.
They're my guys.
I'm not going to steal her segment. We are going to have this conversation later on in the show.
Honestly.
It does. It deserves its own segment coming after your ridiculous rooting habits.
I feel sick.
Whatever.
All right, what else you got?
All right, last thing. MLB All-Star Game, obviously in Philly for the semi-quincentennial of the United States. We're going to get a signature food item, and actually you will be able to vote in an Instagram poll on which themed food will be available for next month's event. Here are our options. You have a chicken sandwich with a donut bun called the Liberty Stack. It also looks like there's some type of peppers on the chicken sandwich as well, with lettuce and cheese, and it looks like a glazed donut. That's called the Liberty Stack. Kind of revolting.
That sounds good to me.
Betsy's Banana Ice Cream Sundae.
Oh, I would do that.
Yeah, it looks like it has strawberries and obviously some rainbow sprinkles.
Jimmy's.
Sprinkles. USA sprinkles. Let me correct myself. Then we have the Revolutionary Rib Melt, which does look very, very good. I will say that as well. Looks like a sandwich with like some sort of like potatoes and like it just looks really good. And then you have the Declaration Dog, which looks like a loaded chili dog with some greens on it, though, which I'm not a big fan of when people start throwing like those little micro greens on foods that don't need it, like a loaded chili dog. Bun for the chili dog, though, looks phenomenal.
What kind of bun? I mean, it's got to be potato bun, no?
Is it like seeded?
Listen, no, it's not a seeded bun. It looks like a brioche hot dog bun. That's what it looks like to
me.
See,
I'm a strong believer. Hamburgers and hot dogs, it's all about the potato bun.
Correct.
Love
Martin's potato bun.
Yes, there's only one brand you could buy.
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, it's all about the potato rolls.
I love a potato bun.
Nothing's worse than when you go golfing and they put the hot dog at the turn on a hoagie bun. No.
Violation.
So what are you picking?
I'm going with that chicken sandwich.
You're going with the Liberty Stack?
Yeah, I might go with that too. That sounded pretty good.
I was eyeing it up because I'm going to the home run derby. So I saw these food options earlier today. I'm like, I think I'm going to get that.
I am a sucker for anything banana flavored, like banana ice cream.
Me too.
Banana milk. A listener told me to try that. Yes, I put banana milk.
I've never heard of that.
Banana coffee.
I can
mess with that.
Banana splits.
Oh yeah.
I think I told this story before.
I had 2 bananas today.
I have at least 1 or 2 every day. I used to eat banana baby food
Okay, that's gross.
As an adult?
Yeah, like through college. I
on,
loved.
Did you have to hide it?
I loved banana baby food with tapioca. And I started to do it. It was like a pregame ritual when I played college football.
That's weird.
Well,
I
also
would have
potassium.
Correct. So I would have the baby food before the game because it was light enough where it wasn't like real heavy in my stomach, but it would provide vitamins and potassium and nutrients.
You're good
That's
to
ridiculous.
go.
You know what?
Did you have to hide it in your dorm room?
Nah, I'd brag about it. Maybe what I'll start doing is a pre-show banana baby food. It'll be our thing.
Why don't you do it actually at your 4 o'clock hour so that
Instead
way
of the bar.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier. You switch the time. You'll do the bar before and you will do the banana baby food. I will say,
Not a bad idea.
Is it like applesauce?
probably would try it. I love
banana baby food's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like
Is
the
it?
consistency of applesauce, but probably a little less chunky, maybe.
It's
Maybe I'll
really
try
good.
it. I mean, I love bananas.
It. Get the banana baby food with tapioca. Oh,
All right, I'm glad that we all picked. But by the way, though, like I do have to say, I'm not really a big sweets person. The glazed donut bun and like a chicken sandwich does kind of sound good. The thing that's throwing me off though is like the cheese and the lettuce on it. Like at least get rid of the lettuce.
With the donut sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a weird combo.
And
I would go chicken and donut.
Yeah, it's like chicken and waffles.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like there's like red peppers as well on the sandwich.
Yeah, it's a weird thing,
Doesn't
but
look
hey,
like tomatoes.
we got to try it. Don't
We do
knock
gotta
it till you
try
try it. All right, good stuff, Silvana.
Maybe Ricky can get us to try some of these.
Yes, so our TV audience will be joining us at 4:45. Ricky Bo will be joining shortly after that to break everything down for the fight in Phils. But you remember the song "That's What's In"? That those corny
the Padres guys.
Yeah, the corny Padres fans.
Goose is loose. That's what's in.
Phillies tailgate just put out on Twitter the Phillies record since the Padres fan did the "That's What's In" song. Those fans, they're 23-7 against the Padres.
Oh man,
Wow.
we
own them.
And
since
that was going back to 2022 NLCS, I believe. So that's crazy.
23-7. They've won 6 games in 11 days against them. 6-0.
Yeah, swept them out there, swept them here. So it's just inevitable. We're going to see them in the postseason and lose.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You sound like Vic Fangio.
I'm down on the Phillies.
But today, it was nice to see 6 runs. But before we even turn our focus to today's game, let's talk about Sanchez a little bit. So,
oh, man.
Last night, I said it to Ricky. I said, he's probably going to give up a run tonight. I mean, it was inevitable that something would happen. It's crazy he only gives up one. Right?
Late in the game, too.
He almost gets out of it. But in a tremendous run, here's what it sounded like on NBC Sports Philadelphia when he gave up the run and then the standing ovation after. Listen to this.
Do it quickly. Rounding third, heading for home is France. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Padres have tied the game up at 1. And Christopher Sanchez is finally allowed a run after 50 2/3 innings. And here comes the crowd to their feet.
That standing O went on for a while.
A long time, and they know the moment. Like, we're not dumb. You're not stupid, Philadelphia fans. Like, they knew the moment right then, right there. They gave him that long ovation, and well-deserved. And he talked about it after the game, how special the fans are and everything. He said even when he leaves here, he's going to believe it's the best fans in baseball.
Just an unbelievable run. And the fact that he only gave up 1 run, it's still wild. He's the National League Pitcher of the Month in May. 50 2/3 innings. The dude for the Padres, I forget who it was, who hit the RBI, said he's never felt bad. Did you see his quote?
No, I didn't. That's funny.
Yeah, he got, I don't know if it was last night or today, he was quoted as saying that he's never felt bad before getting an RBI, but he felt bad last night. Because, I mean,
that's awesome.
Even the other team, like, you could even see, like, after he struck out Machado, like, the way Machado's looking at him. I know they're friends, but it's just like, you have to be in awe of what Christopher Sanchez is doing, man.
Dude, what he did this past month, it's incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen a stretch like that. I can go back to Cliff Lee when they first acquired him. He had those 3 straight shutouts or whatnot, 9 innings. That was awesome.
Well, you've never seen
50 plus.
You've never seen a stretch like that.
Literally.
Yeah, like literally. We have never seen a stretch like that. And the crazy thing was they put it on the broadcast last night. Not only have we never seen a stretch like that in a Phillies uniform, he also set the record for the most scoreless innings at Citizens Bank Park. last night as well. He passed Halladay. Was it Halladay or Lee he passed? I can't remember. They put it up on the broadcast. So we literally, in the city of Philadelphia, have never seen anything like it.
No, it's incredible. And he came out, I don't want to say thin air because it's been building over time. But when they first acquired him your guy, Matt Klentak.
Oh, you heard our battle?
Yeah.
Did you hear me and Ricky's battle? You know what's really funny about that whole thing is like Ricky and I got into it that day to the point where I had listeners like tweeting at me like, stop picking on Ricky. And it was like, I wasn't really picking on him, but I know how much he hates the job Matt Klentak did.
Exactly.
And I truly believe this. Like, this was not just to get under his skin. I don't think Klentak did a good job. I don't.
No.
But it's hard to ignore some of the moves he made were tremendous.
Pieces. I mean, the two pitchers back-to-back days that he was a big piece in getting here.
Yeah, like Ricky's big thing is, anyone would have signed Zach Wheeler. No, they wouldn't have.
Bryce Harper, yes. Zach Wheeler, that was taking a shot. Like, he was ascending, but he wasn't like Roy Halladay. He wasn't Cliff Lee signing him.
And 29 teams had an opportunity in addition to the Phillies, and they didn't do it.
So, I mean, you got to credit him for that.
But what's funny now is, and I rub it in with Ricky, is after we had that battle, Klentak's been everywhere. I saw him do an interview with Johnny Clark on his pod. He was doing an interview for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Like,
he's not scared to show his face.
He's everywhere. I'm like, man, we should get him on the show.
He's got some allies.
We should have got him on our show. Klentak, we are the official show of Matt Klentak. Oh, Ricky's probably losing his mind. If he's listening, he's losing his mind. Ricky Bo will be joining us around 5 o'clock today. We'll get all his perspectives on the Philadelphia Phillies. But it was good to see, because one of my issues with this Phillies team right now, as good as the pitching is it sustainable to keep winning games by 1 run and not scoring more than 4? It's like you can't put that much pressure on your starting rotation.
You can't do it at all. And then come postseason, too, you're putting all that pressure on the bullpen as well. As soon as you're done with your starters, you cannot win like that. You will not win like that. You got to go out there, hopefully get a right-handed bat at the deadline, a month and a half from now or so. But right now, you got the guys. Like, you're going to win on the bats of a Bryce Harper, a Kyle Schwarber, and fingers crossed a Trey Turner somehow shows up. But if those guys don't come, it doesn't matter if you make a trade. It doesn't matter if your starting pitching is going 8 innings, because the bats, you got to score a run to win. So, I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
The crazy thing is, under Mattingly, this team's been great, right? I don't think it has anything to do with Mattingly. They just got better starting pitching.
Schedule was a little easier, a little less lefties they're going against.
But even though they've been winning all these games, they're still 9 back of the Braves. They haven't made any traction at all in the Braves.
Nah, I'm ready to say the division's chalked.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Our 2 best runs in this era came in the wild card.
Well, and the crazy thing is, if the season ended today, a lot of season left, Phillies are a wild card team. They're back in the playoffs as of right now, which is crazy to me.
Exactly. After that start, I thought they were done, dude. And I knew there was a lot of time left. But the way it was going, they felt lackadaisical. Bryce talked about it. They were waiting on the move to fire Topper. Right or wrong, I don't blame Topper for it. They needed a change, gave him a spark, and now they're right back in the thick of it.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat. The entire time Thompson was the manager this year, I think it was like 28 games or whatever, they didn't have a single shutout. And then in like the 28 games that Mattingly was manager up until recent, I think they had like 8 shutouts. It was like insane.
And it felt like it was bound to flip at some point, because the Phillies were better than what they were playing. But I mean, hindsight's 2020. Obviously, you're way better than you were with Rob Thompson with Donnie Baseball.
Donnie Baseball. All right, Ricky Bo will join us around 5 o'clock to break everything down as it pertains to the Phillies. But if you want to get in, send your voice memos, your thoughts on the fighting Phils, your thoughts on Christopher Sanchez. Really, we should celebrate Christopher Sanchez a little bit today. So send in your voice memos, 610-632-0975. Just putting in perspective what Christopher Sanchez did. 50 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. Unbelievable. But I want to get back to the Philadelphia Eagles, because Gunner wasn't with me earlier. I want to have a conversation now that we know what the Eagles' offense is going to look like. AJ's out. We don't have to talk about him anymore. Now that you know what the offense is going to look like with the coaches who are going to be calling the shots, how good can this offense be? And then just as important, how bad can they be? We'll have that conversation next. Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Unfiltered. Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo.
Philadelphia Sports Talk. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Nice to hear Ricky Bo's voice. He's not with us until 5 o'clock today. He'll be joining us at 5 o'clock to break down everything that happened with the Fightin' Phils. In fact, just sent me a text.
Did you hear the Clintac stuff?
See you at 5 o'clock, my man Ricky Bo. So Ricky Bo will join us at 5. If you missed it, the Fightin' Phils did get the W today. They get another sweep of the Padres. Man, back-to-back sweeps, one in San Diego. Then they have to go to L.A. Unfortunately, they dropped 2 of 3, but they come back, bounce back with another sweep of San Diego.
It's got to make you feel good.
6-0 in 11 days. Wheeler looked dominant today. He did give up that 2-run shot, but he looked dominant for most of the game. Sanchez continues to do what he's doing. Yesterday, he gives up a run, and we're like disappointed.
Oh, man, it's over.
1 run, and they get the W.
Back.
Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. We'll talk more Phillies coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, but I want to talk some Eagles. We got Brendan Gunn in for Ricky right now. But so I opened up the show today. Everyone's so focused on AJ, and I want to look at life without AJ. So as you look at this Eagles team right now, knowing that the offense is pretty set, I can't imagine that Howie Roseman's going to make any major moves on the offensive side of the football. You know who your offensive line is. Yep. You know who your wide receivers are going to be. Devontae's your number one, and then who's going to fill the other spots? Is it Wicks? Is it Hollywood Brown? Is it Mekhi Lemon? You know who your tight ends are. You got Goddard and Eli Stowers. You got Saquon Barkley and Tank Bigsby at running back. You know Jalen Hurts is your quarterback. We know Sean Mannion's the OC. So now that we know all of this, what's the ceiling and what's the floor for the team? Because I really look at this and I'm thinking to myself, man, this could really go crazy one way or another. Like if you look at the crossroads, it is. It's such a polarizing offense. I look at this offense and say the ceiling is best offense we've seen in the Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts era, even better than 2022.
Oh, that's lofty.
I can see it happening. I'll lay it out for you. But then I could also see it going the other way, which is worst offense we've seen, even worse than last year.
Oh, no. Please, no.
Well, like, here's how, and then I'll get your opinion on this. So, like, the way I see it being better than 2022, and this would be a lot of hopes would have to come to realization. Offensive line has to be healthy. Devontae Smith not only has to step in as your number one receiver, but Mekhi Lemon and Dontavian Wicks have to be ready to take on that wide receiver 2 and 3 role. Saquon Barkley and Tank Bigsby need to continue to be a 1-2 punch in the backfield. But then just as important as your offensive line, Jalen Hurts and Sean Mannion both have to be as advertised. Like Sean Mannion has to have an ability to call plays. Jalen Hurts has to have that ability to adapt to that style of offense. If all of those things happen, and I'm not saying they will, but if all those things happen, you could see a scenario where this is the best offense Jalen Hurts has ever had.
Yeah, and I can see how you're getting there, and I can see their peak being the best, right? I don't know if they're going to be able to click right away the same way they were in 2022 in the second year in Shane Steichen's offense where they hit the ground running from week 1. I expect them to be some growing pains early on with the Sean Mannion offense. Jalen Hurts under center, play action. Hasn't done it at the professional level or college level for that matter, pretty much ever. So I think it's going to take a little while to get used to. But by December, could I see things clicking to the fact that they're the best offense in the Sirianni era? Yeah, I could see that for sure because you got to think the line's going to be a lot healthier this year, which means it's going to be a lot better. Shout out to the people in Colombia, the blood transfusions for Cam Dickerson, as you called him.
You heard me say that earlier?
Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens. But if they're healthy, the run game's going to be great. And if the run game's great, you're going to be able to do the play action that Sean Mannion likes to do in his offense, and it's all going to click. Like the pieces are there for it to work. To me, it comes down to the line, and can Jalen Hurts do what he's asked to do? And I have no reservation. I guess I have reservations about it, but I have complete faith in him as well that he's capable to go out there and produce.
Yeah, like I'm right there with you on Jalen. Like I expect him to be able to adapt to this offense. I think he's going to have a monster season, knowing what we know about Jalen when people start to question him or he's in a challenging type of season. All those things, I expect him to rise to the occasion. But you could also see a scenario where he's just not comfortable in this offense, where maybe the Sean Mannion style doesn't suit him very well.
What do they do in that case? Like, if it's not working early on, what do? You
do what you did in 2024. Like, when Kellen Moore came here, we thought we were getting Kellen Moore's offense.
Correct. A lot of motion.
Yep, they tried it for 4 games. Then they get the bye week. That's when the offensive line goes in to Nick Sirianni and says, hey, this isn't working. And what'd they do the rest of the way? Last in the league in passing in terms of pass attempts and the best in rushing, and they ran their way to a Super Bowl. They made a stylistic change because it wasn't working. The Kellen Moore style wasn't working in those first 4 weeks. Yeah. And kudos to the Eagles for realizing it and adjusting. And you give credit to Jalen Hurts, too, because there are guys who at the quarterback position might not be happy throwing the ball least of anyone in the league.
Exactly, and he loves it. He's a team guy. Like, he'll go out there and do what's best for the team as long as he agrees with it, I guess you could say, because it takes a lot of trust for him, as the reports say, for him to fully get on board. And I think he's going to get fully on board with Sean Mannion. Everything coming out of camp right now, or not technically camp right now, OTAs, is that Mannion sounds like a genius. Like the Jordan Mailata quote.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you pick the three smartest guys on offense, Sean Mannion's there. He's all three. Like, come on.
Yeah, he said he's the only guy in the room.
Yeah.
Well, look, you could certainly see the path that I'm trying to lay out of it being a really good offense. Yeah. But then at the same time, you could also see the path of it not being a good offense.
Yeah, the offensive line does not get back to full health. Jalen Hurts does not get it.
Yeah, and then
Devontae Smith doesn't step up.
There's so many layers to it. Offensive line is one, as you mentioned. Jalen Hurts maybe not really being comfortable is another. What if Sean Mannion, as smart as he isn't a great play caller, right? We've seen that.
Situational football.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again. Just because you're a good offensive mind doesn't mean you have the art of calling plays. That's a big question. And then there's another question. Even though we all expect Devontae Smith and this receiver core to be fine without AJ, you don't know. Like,
yeah, it's different.
What if Devontae's not ready to be a number one? I think he is.
Yeah, it's just a different style of receiver, too, being your number one. Like, you're used to just throwing to A.J. Brown a slant, automatic first down in a big-time moment. Like, unless it's a playoff game against the 49ers, then he drops it. But it's water under the bridge. Yeah. But you're used to a big body
We're not talking about
receiver.
AJ today. Damn it.
Thank God.
We're not talking about AJ today. No, but yeah, you could see this being a path either way. Like, this team could be really, really good offensively. They could be really, really bad
funny,
offensively.
I don't see a middle.
Well, the only way it's the middle is what you said. Growing pains.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, is it not a straight line where they just continue to ascend? Is there ups and downs throughout the season?
Yeah, okay.
And hopefully hit their stride at the right time.
Yeah, come December. If they hit the stride, like you said, it could be the best offense when it all clicks. I don't think the stats are going to be quite as gaudy as 2022, where Hurts is an MVP candidate or anything like that, and A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith is going for 1,400 yards, and Miles Sanders ran for 1,300 yards that year.
Yeah, it was wild.
Like, I don't know if you're going to have those numbers, but come December, come January, fingers crossed, February 14th, Valentine's Day, this offense is peaking at the right time, and that's better than we've ever seen it.
Yeah, man. It's exciting because the unknown, I know the unknown is scary, but I'm also excited because we don't know what to expect offensively. Like, we think we know what to expect, but we don't.
And there's no Jeff Stoutland anymore. So, I mean.
Another question.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of figure it's a different kind of Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson. They've never been coached by anybody else. And they haven't played this kind of zone scheme on the line. They're used to getting downhill and being brute forces. Yeah, it's different.
There's a lot of moving parts to this. So I want to hear from people on this. How good can this offense be? How bad can this offense be? And where do you think it's going to land when it's all said and done? Get your voice memos in. Get your text in. If you want to pick up the phone and call, do it the old-fashioned way. Same number across the board, 610-632-0975. Also, if you missed it, Ricky Bowe not only joining us at 5 to talk Phillies, Dylan Larkin, center and captain for the Detroit Red Wings, has requested a trade.
Oh, what?
Did you see this?
No.
Requested a trade about an hour ago.
Oh, I did not hear that. I heard you guys talking about him.
Oh, yeah.
But I did not hear that part.
He has requested a trade from Detroit. This is the type of thing you needed to happen for the Flyers. Like, the Flyers have to get in. Austin Matthews, now Dylan Larkin. Any chance Connor McDavid wants out of Edmonton? Like, this is the way the Flyers and Danny Briere, who have structured all this draft capital that they have,
you gotta
make
pounce.
a move. Yeah,
you got to pounce when the time's right, and it feels like the time's right, especially for that position.
So let me see what the report is. According to multiple sources, Dylan Larkin recently requested a trade from Detroit.
Team USA.
So this is from Elliot Friedman. The article says there's a lot to unpack here. First, should mention that no one would comment, not Larkin, not his agent, not the Red Wings, executive vice president and GM Steve Yzerman. Second, Larkin's involvement in the trade market is massive. He has a full no-trade clause, both this season and next.
So he has to pick us.
So he will control the situation. Top line center, as we know. There's going to be a ton of interest, as we know. Man.
It's like a perfect storm because if you're a guy around the league, you're not oblivious to what you just saw at Xfinity Mobile Arena and those Flyers fans taking over that building, igniting the orange again. That's got to excite you the same way when the Phillies got back in it in 2022 and a lot of free agents wanted to come here because of that atmosphere. I feel like the fans could do that for players, and I think they put it on full display.
Oh, make it happen, Danny Briere.
Let's hit the horn.
See, this is what we needed, though. We need some big names in the trade market because there's not a lot of big free agents yet. Well, we don't know.
Free agents, no.
We don't know if Austin Matthews is available.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Rumors.
Connor
This
McDavid.
feels like the most concrete one so far.
This seems legit. Multiple sources. It's being reported by Sportsnet, which is an extremely reputable Canadian sports outlet. The only thing that Elliot Friedman points out in here, and he's right, is Steve Yzerman's not going to just give him away. Like, Yzerman's going to make sure he gets massive return on this.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to give up pieces. Like, Jet Lachenko's probably going to be brought up. I'm sure they would ask for Michkov. No?
I would do it.
I would do that. I mean,
Michkov, maybe a couple draft picks.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Just I wouldn't do Porter Martone. But
no, I'm not. Yeah. Martone's untouchable. Yeah. Look, and I don't want people to think I'm down on Michkov to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, trade him. No. Only for the right piece.
Correct.
And if you need a top line center,
you exactly what you could get out of a Michkov, like a ton of goals.
And he's a top line center, which you don't have
exactly at all.
And I'm assuming he would help you on the power play, which is also a problem for you. Let's see, what did he do on the power play this year? Yeah, dude. 24 points on the power play this year, 27 points last year on the power play.
Yeah, and you heard Jim Jackson when you guys did the Flyers town hall last Thursday. Like, power play can win you 6-7 more games. And if you're at that point, you're not in the wild card spot. You're talking about the division potentially.
Look at you listening to the Fanatic on your days off. You even listen to our Flyers special. How about that?
Come on now, hit the horn.
Let's hit the horn.
I just love that we're talking hockey on June 4th.
For the first time in a decade.
I mean, I was a lawyer, so I've never talked hockey this late in this year. Because last year we certainly weren't doing it.
No. They're fun again, man. They're fun.
Yeah,
People are
awesome.
talking about them. People are fired up about the Flyers.
It is awesome. Now, what is not awesome, and I'm going to give you a chance to explain yourself coming up. You're rooting for the damn Knicks, and I don't understand how anyone in this city, like Ricky Batalico's another one, but he at least said if the San Antonio Spurs made it, he would root for the Spurs. So he's rooting for the Spurs. But you are someone who grew up in the city of Philadelphia. You're a Delco guy.
Correct.
Delco guy. You're a Temple guy. You didn't even go to Villanova.
I hardly went to Temple either.
And you're rooting for the Knicks. We'll have that conversation coming up next. We'll get to some of your texts on the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll also talk about the A.J. Brown trade from the perspective of who won the trade. Because there was a very interesting article from Jimmy Kempski, Philly Voice, saying the Eagles fleeced the Patriots. We'll talk about that as well. Keep it here, Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic. NBC's
Unfiltered. Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo.
Philadelphia Sports Talk. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, Ricky Bo will be joining us at 5 o'clock to break everything down that happened with the Fightin' Phils over the last 3 games as they sweep the Padres. But with me right now, Brendan Gunn filling in for the rest of the show. So before we get back to the Phillies and the Eagles, I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain yourself here. So any reputable Phillies fan, Philadelphia fan, I should say, would never root for the New York Knicks. Like, I don't care who they're playing in the NBA Finals. You would never root for the New York Knicks. Certainly, someone that has no connection to Villanova in terms of going there
who cares?
Could root for the Nova Knicks. You somehow grew up in Delco, went to Temple University, are on these airwaves for 97.5 The Fanatic, are a huge Philadelphia sports fan.
Correct.
And you're rooting for the damn Knicks?
I'll put it this way. I'll preface this by saying, not rooting for the Knicks. I'm rooting for the players on the Knicks So then by de facto, I guess, I'm rooting for the Knicks to win it because I want my guys to go out there and get a ring. I remember in 2016.
What do you mean, my guys?
Those are my guys.
All right, hold on real quick, too. Let me welcome in our television audience on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Welcome. Ricky Bowe will be joining us in about 15 minutes, but you got me, Silvana, and Brendan Gunn filling in today. We're doing some Eagles and Phillies talk, but right now, Brendan is trying to explain how the hell he's rooting for the New York Knicks to win the NBA title.
Listen, they're my guys. I grew up a Villanova fan from the time I was born till the time I'm 32 years old right now. It's never going to stop. I tier it. Eagles, Phillies, Villanova basketball, top 3 tiers, top 1 tier, those 3 teams. I remember in 2016,
What an idiot.
They told me that team had no pros on it. If I recall, Josh Hart was on that team. Jalen Brunson was a freshman on that team. Hell, Mikal Bridges, he was on that team a little bit as well.
All right.
2018.
Nothing you're saying is wrong.
Thing.
Nothing you're saying is wrong.
I'm vindicated.
But when they win a title, you realize that the Knicks fans are going to be the ones going into the streets of Manhattan.
That's the bad part about it. Because I hate those people.
It's not worth it.
I despise them. They're gross. They're disgusting. I don't even know if I would.
You're one of them.
I would save them off a cliff if they're falling off.
You're rooting for them.
You are associated.
I guess
you going to go to parade?
By default.
You going to go up to Madison Square Garden?
I'm not doing that. I might slide in like Jalen Brunson's DM saying, congrats, brother.
Yeah, right. You going to be out there screaming bleep and bead on the streets of Manhattan?
Dude, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, but come on.
You're making me sick. We got to stop talking about this. All right, let's get to this Eagles question that we got into earlier. So for the TV audience who's just joining us, we're looking at the Eagles offense with life after A.J. Brown. So now that you know what the personnel is and you know who the coaches are, how good can this offense be? And then just as important, how bad can this offense be? Because if everything goes well and all the hopes you have are realized, man, this offense could be exceptional. But if some of those things don't go well, if the offensive line's not healthy, if Sean Mannion's not as advertised, if Jalen Hurts can't adapt to the Sean Mannion style, if Devontae Smith and the rest of that receiver core isn't up to filling the void left by A.J., well, things could go really bad. So the question we're throwing out to everybody, and you could still get your voice memos in. We still have We Hear You coming up at 5:25. How good can this offense be? How bad can this offense be? And where do you think it'll end up? Closer to which one? So send in your voice memos, 610-632-0975. In fact, let's check the Twitter poll because this is kind of related to this question. As you're looking at the offense, who do you trust the most on the offense in terms of personnel groups or even the coaches? So the way we broke it down was, who do you trust the most? The offensive line, the skilled position groups, wide receiver, tight end, and running back as a group, the quarterback, or the coaches?
It's interesting.
Who do you trust the most? So you think about it, and we'll check the Twitter poll to see where the masses are weighing in. Twitter poll up?
It's up.
Twitter poll always up, performing like an all-star thanks to Dr. Avi Donapel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. What do we got?
Who do you trust the most on the Eagles offense right now? 53% are voting for the quarterback, 28% for the wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs, 16% for the offensive line, and 3% for the coaches.
Man, well, listen.
That includes your guy.
It is hard to say that you trust the coaches the most. There's a lot of unknowns on the coaching staff, right?
Yeah, on offense.
On offense, yes.
And you lost Christian Parker, so.
Well, no, this specifically says the Eagles offense.
Got it.
Eagles offense. But 53% saying the quarterback. I do expect Hurts to have a good year. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could say I trust him the most when it's an offense we've never seen him run.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky question. I was kind of like befuddled when I was driving in here. I was like, I should trust everybody on this team, but there's a lot of questions. Can Jalen Hurts go out there and execute in the Mannion-style offense? Under center, play action. Can I trust Saquon Barkley to bounce back? Maybe it wasn't on him necessarily. Can I trust Devontae Smith to go up there and step up as the number one? Dontavian Wicks, is he a true number two? Is Mekhi Lemon actually going to be as good as we think he is, or is he not going to be? And that offensive line, like, should I trust them? They might have been the part holding the team down last year on offense.
It's a tough question, man.
It makes you feel terrible.
Well, that's the reason I asked it this way is because it does. It leads into the big question of the day is like, how good can the offense be? How bad? And when you break it down by the different units, it's like, okay, well, who do you trust the most? And here's the problem. the fact that only 16% of people are saying the offensive line, that's the most important thing. It all starts with them.
You're not doing anything without them.
Yeah,
anything.
It doesn't matter how good Jalen Hurts is.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter even if Sean Mannion is a genius like they bill him to be.
You can't do play action if you can't block.
You can't do anything if you can't block.
You can't run. You can't set up the play action. If those guys are not even halfway better than they were last year, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, man.
Health, getting old. Like, does Lane Johnson, is he going to be able to last a full season? Is Tyler Steen, he was up and down last year. Can Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens get back to full health? Hell, Jordan Mailata was not up to, that's probably his worst season as a starter.
Yeah, I mean, there were. The offensive line's where it starts and ends. I mean, the crazy thing is if I'm voting on this poll, I'm actually picking the group that just lost arguably their best player. Like, I'm going with the skilled position group. Even without AJ, I think I trust Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, and Dallas Goedert, and all the other guys.
Tank Bigsby is in there when Saquon needs a blow.
And we'll see what you get out of Wicks and Lemon and Hollywood Brown. But I think I trust them more than the other three simply because there's so many unknowns with the other three. Yeah. Health for the O-line. Sean Mannion's never called plays. Jalen Hurts has never ran this style of offense.
Now, I feel like Sirianni's still Bing here. I might go coaches on that. And I know that's your guy.
Dog mentality.
That should give you some stability. Like, your head coach is an offensive guy. He's going to be able to, lean back on some of the things he did well.
I love Nick Sirianni as a head coach.
Yeah.
But even I will draw the line as saying, oh, well, he'll be able to help out with the offense. Now, yeah, they'll be fine offensively with Nick Sirianni. Now, look, to Sirianni, to play devil's advocate.
I feel like he brings a sense of comfort.
He does, but to play devil's advocate, some of the things that we've heard over the years is it's not necessarily just Nick. The offensive coordinators have played to what Hurts has done well.
Correct.
Right? Because you think about this, 22 Steichen, 23 Johnson, 24 Moore, 25 Patullo, and you still ran similar styles. Was that because of Nick? Was that because of Jalen? A combination? It does seem like this time around it's
complete 180.
Yeah, we're going with Mannion. He's going to be the guy who's going to implement this offense, and it's either get on the train or get out of the way.
Shouldn't it make you feel good, though? All the the complete autonomy they gave him and all the guys he's bringing in, and it feels like everyone's talking his praises and singing his praises at OTA so far. It should make you feel good, but you can't say that's the guy you feel most comfortable in or the group because you don't know. Like, you completely don't know what he can do until week one rolls around.
It's exciting. It is exciting, though. So let me ask you, do you think now, if you had to put your predictions on it, do they finish? We were talking about the ceiling could be best offense in the last 5 years. The floor could be worst offense in the last 5 years. Where do you think it ends closer to?
I would say like 10 to 12 rank in the NFL. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be closer to the peak, and I really do think they're going to peak come December and January. Like, I think that's when they're going to finally have it all click because I think it's going to be a slow start. Maybe not in a W column, but I think it's going to look clunky at times.
The crazy thing is you look at the offense in the last 5 years with Hurts and Sirianni. 2021, top 12 scoring offense. 22, top 3.
Yeah.
23, as bad as it was, top 7 scoring
like top
offense.
10 in every category on offense. It just didn't look right.
Amazing. 2024 wins the Super Bowl, top 7 scoring offense. And then last year they dropped to 19th. I have to believe it's better than last year.
You
right?
have to be. You have to be better than 19th, right? Like, last year was awful.
Even without
he didn't complete a pass in multiple halves.
Crazy.
How is that possible?
It almost seems impossible, but they did it. All right, so weigh in on that conversation. What's the ceiling? What's the floor? How good can this offense be? How bad can they be? And where do you think it'll end up? Get your voice memos in, 610-632-0975. Coming up next.
From the Philadelphia Phillies, pitcher Ricky Bottalico.
Ricky Bottalico will be gracing us with his presence to break it all down, what we just saw with the Phillies sweeping the Padres again. Keep it here. Ricky Bo joins us, Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic, NBC Sports, Philadelphia.